Let me just do one thing here. Okay. How is everyone doing? Hello, Elohai, Dynamite. You had a blast in Denver. Awesome. Where was your favorite place that you went? Did you do anything super fun? Um, and hello, William. Good to see you. Okay, so today is a very good day, positive day. At least we're going to hold on to that because we've got some good energies in the astrology today and tomorrow. Specifically today, we have Pluto going direct, which is big. You've likely been feeling the energies. Pluto takes a long time to station either direct or retrograde, meaning it's going to be in a pause period for a while because it's the furthest planet from us. Hello, House of Broadway. Hey, Dennis. Good to see you. However, Pluto going direct is really important. Why? Because when we look at it from evolutionary astrology, Pluto represents our soul. Okay, and so we deeply feel the Pluto transit. Now, Pluto has been retrograde since the beginning of May, and now it will be going direct for the next 5.5 months. Interestingly enough, it will go retrograde on my birthday next year. But not to mention there's some other funny stuff. But yeah, so look, Pluto retrograde is actually really intense. Pluto retrograde makes Pluto more intense, and as we know, Pluto is one of the most intense planets out there. So what does this mean for you guys? Pluto is in Aquarius, as you know, where it will remain for the next 19 years or so now. Okay, so if you have any planets in any of the fixed signs around 1, 2, 3 degrees, you will be feeling this the most. It is stationing direct at 1 degree of Aquarius. However, and those fixed signs are obviously Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. So if you have any, especially personal planets like your sun, your moon, your ascendant, Mercury, Venus, even Mars, if you have any of those in those areas, you are likely on the way out of this major transformation. So that's like some positive news for you guys because Pluto's never going to come back to, once it passes this 1, 2 degree mark, it's never going to come back to it. I think it comes back to 3 degrees in some odd minutes when it fully retrogrades next year. But what the nice thing is that because Pluto takes a long time to move through the zodiac, especially Aquarius, it spends 20 years here. So in Scorpio, I think it only spends like 10 or 11 years. So different signs, different times. So it is spending a lot more time here, which means you're going to feel like about 3 phases of change going through, like the initial when it's getting really close, the deep transformation, and then now it's more of the evolution that comes after the transformation. The third phase here is certainly something to breathe a little easier with. So again, 1 to 3 degrees of those fixed signs, you would definitely be feeling it, but a sigh of relief here because you've probably gone through the majority of it. So Pluto going direct is great. Also, we have Venus entering Libra today, and Venus loves to be in Libra. It's a sign of her dignity. So that means, getting out of Virgo, she's not happy and she's in her fall in Virgo. So now that we've got Venus, which is the sign of our money, our pleasure, our having fun, beauty, like just your self-worth, all of those kinds of things, resources, that is going to start to probably move with a lot more ease and flow now that she's in the sign of Libra. So that's nice. We've got Mars already still in Scorpio. Now here's the kicker. Okay, here's where things are going to get very interesting and why I titled this video what I did. On the 19th, 20th, okay, somewhere in this time frame, Mars and Mercury are going to come together in the sign of Scorpio at 19 degrees. This will be a day, give or take a day or two on either side, where something very newsworthy could come to the surface. So just speaking collectively, we might see something where something salacious, something that has been, I don't know, scandalous in some way could come up in the news. It could have something to do. It could have something to do with war and conflict because of Mars, but more so, it's going to be a little agitating. It could spark a lot of anger. Mercury is obviously the sign of information, news, and communication. And then, of course, in the sign of Scorpio, where Mars is actually in its dignity because it's the traditional ruler of Scorpio. Mars here, it's Scorpio is making it very like taboo, secrets being brought to the surface, truths that were trying to be hidden. It is the sign of scandal, things that people really don't want the world to know. Now, on a personal level, this could mean something is coming to light that perhaps has been hidden. Maybe it's not something that, actually serves you well to be hidden. So this could come out as good news. Okay. It could be, the sign of Scorpio is all about power and truth coming to the surface. It's about death and rebirth. It is about change, deep transformation. So change is definitely on the horizon. It might come out in a very interesting way this weekend into next week. So we'll see how the cards kind of play out for that. I will say before I jump into all signs, I have just released, if you're on my newsletter, you know about this. I have just released access to my annual astrology intuitive reading that I don't do anymore except at the end of the year. So I'm going to keep it open for a limited amount of time. So if you'd like to get a reading with me that is looking at your natal chart specifically to see how the energies of 2026 are affecting you, we have a big one coming up in February. We have that Neptune, Saturn in Aries conjunction at the 0 degrees. If you follow any astrologers, this is a big one. Everyone's been talking about it for a while. We already got a glimpse of it, this summer, earlier this summer, but we're going to really get the big one in February. And so also the nodes are changing from Pisces, Virgo into Aquarius, Leo. And why I think this is actually really interesting is because the North Node, which is the head of the dragon, it is where your soul is trying to get you to lean into things that are uncomfortable for you to open up your destiny further. It is moving into the sign of Aquarius, where Pluto is currently doing a lot of transformation. And so the fact that the North Node will be conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius is a big deal. So this is something to think about. And also, now that I'm thinking about it, this might be one of those rare times where the North Node will meet up with Pluto twice in the same sign. It's possible because the North Node takes 18 and a half years to go through the zodiac. And so it will come back into Aquarius in 18 and a half years. It might not, I have to double check that, but it's very possible because Pluto is going to spend 20 years in the sign of Aquarius, that it could very well meet up with the North Node twice. So this could be an interesting opportunity, an opening doorway to something that's going to happen again in an obviously very different way. If it did happen, it would be happening at the 29th degree of Aquarius of all places. So the 29th degree is the anaretic degree where it's a very Plutonian energy. Remember, Aquarius is the sign of technology, innovation. Of course, we've seen the big birth of AI with Pluto in Aquarius. But it's also the sign of your future visions. It's the sign of your long-term goals coming to fruition. It's also the sign of windfalls of money from your career gains and things of that nature. So there's a lot to be kind of looking at there that I think is important. And of course, we're going to see Venus go retrograde next year. So we'll be taking a look at a lot of different things for the upcoming year. One, to see where you absolutely are probably going to be uncomfortable and you shouldn't avoid it. You should lean in. It'll help you navigate where your ego may want to talk you out of things and pretend like, it's okay. You can spiritually bypass this just a little bit longer. I'll tell you where that's absolutely not going to be negotiable. We're also going to look at things that are opening up for you. I recently had a client reach out to me who had her reading last year, and a lot of what I called out to happen came true. So if you're kind of looking for some insight into what is kind of down the pipeline for you in 2026, remember 2026 is a number 1 year, everyone. This is a year where it's all about new beginnings. This is where you should be getting fresh starts. If there is ever a time to start new things, it is next year. Of course, we are now in the final phases of a 9-year, right? And October to December is already starting to carry that 1 energy. It's already gearing us up for that. So this is a great time to kind of look into that. Okay. And I think, is there anything else? Look, I'm going to say this as well. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys, clients, either text messages, emails, DMs, Instagram. A lot of you are going through it right now. And I just want to tell you, I'm right there with you. I'm going through it as well. We're all being pushed very heavily. It feels like we're in a massive pressure cooker, which, to be fair, that's what change feels like, right? And we've always said like 2025 was going to be a huge year of change because of all the massive changes of outer planets changing signs this year. It's very unprecedented to have all of the outer planets changing signs in 1 year. So to have that happening, we knew this was going to be a big year of change. Change is really important, especially before we head into a numerological 1 year, right? It's the time of endings. It's time for us to close out the things that really aren't serving us, where we may have been hesitating when we really should have been stepping forward. All of that's getting wrapped up right now. And of course, Pluto stationing direct over the last couple of weeks, we've been feeling this coming on. It's probably even enhanced that even further because, again, remember, Pluto represents our soul on an evolutionary astrology level. So it's really like calling out the things where we've done over and over. We're staying because it's comfortable. It's safe because we know what to expect. Even if it's the devil we know what to expect, right? And uncertainty is definitely where we're all being called to lean into. So if you need help navigating that, I am always here for you. So without further ado, let's jump into all signs. I'm going to be starting off with water. Okay, so water signs, you guys are first. Let's see here. I'm going to start off with this. I'm just going to put it there. Water signs for the last half of October. Let's find out what's in store for you guys. Of course, water, you are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It's definitely good to listen to your ascendant and sun, and I think your moon as well. Venus will give you a little more insight maybe for money and relationships specifically, but you'll probably get a little of that story in all of these. So let's kind of take a look into what is the potential challenge. What is the potential challenge and what is the main theme of the reading and what is the potential challenge? What is the main theme of water signs reading and what is the potential challenge? If I remember correctly, last one, water signs, you were meant to go with the flow to really kind of go more into the quantum realm for change. And I certainly was being called to do that. As a Cancer ascendant. Okay. And what is the potential challenge? What is the potential challenge? Okay. All right. So, Water signs, the main theme of your reading is eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. So look, you're meant to get a bigger picture view. Sometimes when you're caught in the middle of it all, it's really hard to see what's going on, right? So this one is like, get eagle eye height. Okay. So soaring really high in the sky for, of course, what eagles have, excellent precision in their vision. So, but also rising above the fray. Let me just see if there's anything specific. Oh, and I just came straight to the next card as well. Protection, inherent trust, rising above the fray. It offers you the gift of foresight, the skill of looking ahead. So, water signs, if you're needing to look ahead, I could be your girl here to help you look ahead into 2026. But on a very like personal level here for you, it's really important for you to not get stuck in like the immediate like chaotic events, okay? It's to see what is unfolding of your destiny ahead of you before it actually manifests. So the eyes of the eagle is an invitation to witness the good, the bad, and the ugly, the beautiful, and yet react to nothing. Act only to further your noblest calling. When it meets obstacles, it simply rises above them. Know that you are protected. You can fly high above the judgment, slings and arrows, and the darts of envy from others who may not have your great wings and are still arguing with the pigeons over crumbs. So this is the thing about this particular card. Excuse me. Sometimes, you know, there's a lot of drama around us. Maybe it's in the people that we know, the people that we care about, but perhaps, you know, the nature of those who are healers, maybe more spiritual in nature or religious in nature, tend to want to help others a great deal, sometimes at the expense of their own well-being. And so I've seen this where, you know, having to talk to a particular friend myself, of letting them realize like, hey, I know you want to help your friends and I know you want to be there for them, but I don't know if it's to your greatest good right now because it feels like it pulls you down in order for you to get them up a little bit. And so is it really worth it? And this is something you guys have to think about when that's coming up. Now, your challenge or your potential challenge coming up is Horseman, Herald of Change. So this brings good news, caution, and herald of change. This is in your challenge position though. So when it appears, it's inviting you to spread the good news. Everyone already knows the bad news. Your task is to point out the beautiful when others see only the ugly. Okay. For me, with this particular card, it feels like change is absolutely necessary. Obviously, I mean, I've just given a whole spiel on it at the beginning here. If you missed the intro, definitely don't miss that part. But it's one of those things where change is always going to be uncomfortable. It's always going to be uncomfortable. And so if you're feeling like, you know what, maybe this isn't so good for me, maybe I need to pull away from the drama or some of the chaos or things that just keep stirring up stuff that it doesn't need to be stirred up, so I can get a better view of what's ahead of myself. Sometimes you get so caught up in the noise around you that you lose sight of what you're really trying to track for yourself. So just something to kind of keep aware of. We'll see what kind of comes up as we pull the cards here. All right, so let's look into the past for my water signs. What do we need to know about the past? Hi, Alan. Hi, Cassandra. Kitty, hello. Okay, and if you are just arriving, please hit the like button. All right, what do we need to know about the past for my water signs? All right, we have the moon in reverse. We have the 8 of Swords upright. What else do we need to know about the past? And then we have the Divine Wisdom card coming in. You are being called to look at something from a much higher perspective, one of your higher self, actually. Okay. Coming into the present energies, we have the Knight of Swords. So we've got some fast movement here, action being taken, something coming in quickly. Seven of Pentacles in reverse in the heart of your spread. Love that for you, water signs. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay. I feel like you guys can't see all of the cards. I wonder if I can move I'm going to try and move my computer for a second. Let me just finish this. Coming into the near future, we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, we have the Judgment card coming in. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Overall energy, interesting. 3 of Cups in reverse, but the 5 of Cups in reverse is underneath it. Okay. Let's just move that over there and let me see if I can move that. Oops. Hold on a second here. My head's a little cut off, but I don't think we care about that. So, all right. So with the 3 of Cups here in reverse as the overall energy, I'm wondering if this is like, I'm wondering if it's a delayed celebration or perhaps, because looking at your cards here, I don't feel like it's bad news. I don't feel like it's something that's gonna like be a sad event. It feels more of like a delay to me, where you haven't been able to see the good in something yet because your focus has been on the things that are kind of going wrong. But I think that's gonna change. In fact, looking at your cards, I'm pretty sure that's gonna change. Where you're going to realize that there is a reason to be happy and celebrating and maybe hang out with your friends or just do something a little more fun, something that gets to lighten the mood a little bit here. I don't know if you've been putting off hanging out with your friends or just taking some time to enjoy life in general, not take it so seriously. That might be something that's going to finally break free for you if that's the case. Now, looking at your past, we have the Moon in reverse. So it does feel like something was kind of revealed here to you with the Moon in reverse. So something that may have been shrouded in darkness may have come to light. It may have been something that happened around the full moon in Aries for you guys. Or, too, the Moon in reverse just helps to clear the fog, right? It's about the confusion lifting and things of that nature. So, but at the same time, with the 8 of Swords here, though, whatever was kind of made clear or brought out any confusion or removed the confusion has also got you overthinking something, right? So it's got you in your head a lot. So you've been processing, overthinking, possibly even worrying about something over and over. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to do something very much from the logical standpoint. But with the Divine Wisdom card here, though, it's definitely speaking because the Divine Wisdom card is actually looking at this girl in the forest, overthinking herself, kind of, again. And I want to say the 8 of Swords is something where it's like your mind is making you feel trapped, making you feel stuck, but you're really not. And the answer out of this was really to connect to your higher self, to connect to your guides, to perhaps go inward and listen to the voice that's inside of you. because you are receiving information here, or at least you were receiving information here. Now, coming into the current energies, we have the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles upright. Love that, because there is going to be some swift moving action for you in the last half of October. And if you've been waiting on something, you are no longer waiting. If you've been waiting for something to come to harvest, something for you to reap the rewards on, it looks like that's going to be coming forward for you. Or for some of you, if you've been thinking about, I don't know, should I stay here? Should I pull my energy out? It looks like you're going to pull your energy out of that. The good news is that it's with the Ten of Pentacles in here. For some of you, this might mean some like large sum of money coming your way in some case, or this is about like allowing you to take forward movement towards very specific long-term investments, things that will pay off for you in spades in the long run. You are definitely looking towards, especially again, remember, you're looking at your future, right? You're looking this with the whole purpose, the eye of the eagle here. It's like, get out of the fray and make sure you're seeing what's ahead of you. And it's about paying attention to, what's going to make you feel stable and secure. All right. But also remember, we have the Herald of Change card here, the Horseman. So again, this is also a card that says bringing positive news, where you are meant to bring positive news. But I also feel like this could also be interpreted as, considering that we see the Five of Cups in reverse here underneath here, that perhaps you haven't been seeing what's been right in front of you, the good news that's literally right in front of you. Maybe there's been other things that have been occupying your mind way more, that hasn't really allowed you to understand the good news there. Now, coming into the future, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Judgment card, and then the Two of Pentacles. So, the Two of Pentacles was in reverse. So again, I'm picking up, there's been delays on things for you water signs, and they're finally going to be coming in. So something that you may have started to work on, a project, maybe you've been working on it with other people, it involves other people, maybe you've been starting on a new skill, but waiting for like maybe something to manifest out of the use of it. Maybe you have been also like working on something, laying the right foundations for, but haven't really seen the effects of it. It feels like that's going to come through because you have the Judgment card here. And the Judgment card is telling me there's like, for some of you, there's a second chance coming up, a second go around. This is where like, things are very much aligning for you to what is very much part of your spiritual path. And when I say your spiritual path, I also mean your destiny. All right. And so destiny is definitely speaking very loud. It does feel like there's a big decision to be made here that you are going to be facing. Maybe not right this month, but soon thereafter, because we are looking at the near future energies. And it's gonna be something where you realize, okay, you were weighing two options out and now you're actually going with one. So you're kind of no longer going to be juggling two things. You're going to finally have some direction of where to go. It does feel like there's more confusion that's going to get dissolved for you, water signs. So let's kind of take a look and get into this. Hi, Melanie. I'm just going to drop my chair a little bit so my head can be in the screen. All right. Let's find out here. What do we need to know for our water signs? Let's clarify this spread for them. Three of Cups. Three of Cups in reverse as the overall energy. Let's kind of look. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Empress in reverse. Let's pull one more. I'm getting that you've been overworked, water signs, or you've been really tired. Okay, there's your Five of Cups. Okay, but it's upright. It's been difficult for you, water signs. It feels like, too, with the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, that maybe you haven't been able to take care of yourself in the way that you want to. When it comes to the way that you're making money, it may have not felt as stable. It also, the Queen of Pentacles here could mean that you're also dealing with someone who's maybe a little more focused on themselves than you, and they would be someone who potentially could be, like, if it's a work environment, it could be someone who you're looking up to or you depend on to lead you in some way. With the Empress here in reverse, I'm getting the first word that comes in is deflated. For some reason, there's just a sense of feeling deflated, not feeling as expansive as you want to feel. Or it just feels like you're constantly working against something here. Because the Empress can be very expansive energy. She's very fertile. Maybe it just feels like you're planting seeds in infertile ground, nothing that's going to actually help you bear fruit. And again, I'm saying feeling because I do feel like that's changing. So, I don't know. You've been focusing a lot on the things that are not going right in your world. With the Five of Cups here, like always looking at the spilt milk versus like the couple of cups of milk that you still have to use. So again, this is in some ways a shift of perspective is needed here, but I think too with the Empress and the the Queen of Pentacles here, both in reverse, I'm getting the sense of like your self-worth has definitely been taken a blow in some capacity. So there might be like feeling some kind of energies around, just your self-worth really taking a hit in some capacity. Let me see what's this moon in reverse in the past here. What do we need to know about the moon in reverse? All right. We have the King of Swords, the Five of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Cups in reverse. So something was revealed here. I think in some ways, for some of you, this could have been a reconciliation of some sort or a peace deal in some way, perhaps with someone from your past, someone who, feels important to you. There could have been a trigger too, because the Five of Swords in reverse can sometimes be like an ending to self-sabotage. But with the King of Swords here, it just feels like a plan was set in motion. So something was revealed and it was very crystal clear here on what needed to happen or what's going to happen here. It would have, I think, put at ease some kind of perhaps self-sabotage qualities, or this, if there was some kind of arguing going on, it brokered a peace deal, again, like I said, with someone perhaps from your past or someone who's very important to you. It could also, for somebody, this involved kids in some way. What is the Eight of Swords? What is the Eight of Swords here in the past for my water signs? Oh, how interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is down here in your near future. And then we have the Six of Swords upright. So I think you're in your head on how you're going to move forward on something. Like, it's time to move on. Okay, it's time to move on from something. But again, it means the end of working with another person at minimum, or a group of people, or it means leaving behind something that you may have started and you're realizing this just isn't the path for me. Maybe it's about the foundations that you've laid down already and you're like, this isn't working out the way I want to. Maybe I need to try something new. But it's like you're in your head about how you're going to get to this new place, how you're going to move out of this place that feels like you're spinning in circles. And again, for some of you, this may mean like the ending of some kind of working relationship or working on something with another person, just for some of you, not everyone. Let me see what this Divine Wisdom card is. Hi, MJ. All right. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. So you were meant to be meditating, water signs. I hope you listened to the last reading last month. Or last 2 weeks ago. Really kind of, yeah, because the Knight of Cups in reverse, it feels like you feel like maybe the universe was rejecting you in some way. It may felt like the things that you really were like putting your heart out there of like, this is what I want to do. This is the moves I want to make. Where you're just not getting that. For some of you, this could have been feeling a little rejected maybe by someone else. But you were meant to go inward around all of this and understand what's going on a bigger level. I think there's something bigger happening, I think for all of us, to be quite honest, than we can see. And that's why there feels like such a pressure cooker of energies and change at the moment. Again, I'm going to keep emphasizing this because I keep getting this message too for all of you, that the number 1 year is important. This is a whole new cycle for all of us. And so having this one energy that we're kind of getting ready to close things up and prepare and start the initiation now, so that by the time the 1 year's here, we're in the full swing of it. On your Knight of Swords, we have the Eight of Pentacles coming up. So there could be some really fast moving forward motion with work or things related to work, things that you're putting a lot of time and energy into, things that you've invested a lot of your time or money into lately. You're going to be seeing some quick actions. Someone might be coming here to help move things along for you. Knights tend to be some kind of offer or helping hand, opportunity. Oh, and then we have the Fool card. Brand new beginnings. Like I was just saying, there's a new doorway opening up here. And it's not like just a door of a hallway you're already walking along. This is a brand new spanking door. This is about you really stepping forward into a whole new adventure, a new book, so to speak. And of course, it's going to feel risky, but there's something happening over the next 2 weeks for you, water signs, that's going to start pushing that along further, taking action. If you have been thinking about taking action, this is definitely a sign for you to be doing that. Let me see what the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is, because it does feel, for some of you, the waiting is over. And for others of you, it's time for you to pull your energy out of something. What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Ooh, the Four of Wands. So some of you may no longer waiting for, for some of you, this again, the Four of Wands is very much a contract, right? Sometimes it's a contract between two lovers. It's a contract with family. It's a contract. It could just be a contract for more stability, but it's always a reason to celebrate. Like friends and family want to gather around you to celebrate. So if there's been some kind of waiting on something for this nature, I feel like that's over. What else do we have here on the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, we have the Chariot in reverse. So again, it's like things maybe have not been moving forward in the way that you expected, but they're moving forward nonetheless. And it's because there's been a different path that's maybe you've had to take that didn't look the way you thought it was going to look. And I think that's going to become more obvious to you over the next 2 weeks here in October about what that is. Again, I keep getting very, very strongly for you water signs. There's finally going to be momentum coming in, movement. It's right in the heart of your spread. 10 of Pentacles, obviously a big money card. We have the Queen of Cups coming in. So there you are. You could be attracting a lot of abundance in this very quickly with the 8 of Wands here. I would say water signs definitely use your ability to interact with the unseen realms here to continue this work that is kind of feeding in from last reading. But it does feel like for some of you emotionally may be feeling so abundant in your relationship or love or something of that nature. It just you might feel beyond wealthy in this realm. But for others of you, it feels like if you've definitely been getting hints or psychic like downloads about your money situation, things that are more like maybe making more money, money that you've been waiting on to come in. It feels like it's finally coming in, and it's coming in fast, especially with this 8 of Wands. So expect some kind of communication. Expect like things are just, there's a lot of momentum here in the last half of October for you. So I love that. Again, it just feels like you've been waiting on something, water signs, and now it's coming through. What's this 3 of Pentacles? Again, for my water signs, this could be around also like long-term security. So this could be about securing a job that's going to be helping you make more money in the long run, or maybe it's a business investment, or maybe it's just a personal investment of some sort. But whatever it is, it feels like it's getting secured, or you're finally getting the reward of it. What's the 3 of Pentacles? It's the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse and the 10 of Cups in reverse. So again, because you have the 3 of Pentacles up here in reverse, where you've been overthinking and figuring out how do I move forward with it, it feels like I don't know if someone from your family might be coming in to help in some way or gives you clarity around this, but whatever it is, it's kind of like whatever you're ready to, like, you know what, this could be that there's just been delays around this. And it could have been because there's been stuff going on in the home and finally that's coming to an end, like, I don't know, upheaval in the home or something of that nature. But that's going to allow things to kind of move forward here finally for you, because with the 5 of Pentacles too, you're kind of getting out of that place where you feel isolated, where you feel alone. You're no longer going to be feeling that way. There's also this sense of if you've been under like a lack consciousness mentality, that's going to be lifting. Now, on the flip side here too, for some of you, it does feel like you're finally realizing something that's not good for you, and you're finally getting the clarity, like, you know what? Okay. Like, it's just got to happen. But in the and it's because I would say it's actually delaying your long-term happiness. And so it's like you're really kind of starting to look ahead now and saying, what's getting in the way of what I want for myself, and what am I ready to truly release and walk away from, or like reorganize, reshuffle, if it's just a simple matter as that. Now we have the Judgment card. Like I said, you're making some big decision here, or you're getting some second chance opportunity with the Judgment card. What is this Judgment card? Ooh, okay. the Three of Swords in reverse, the Strength card in reverse, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Again, I wonder for some of you where this might have something to do with family, where it feels like maybe some sort of father figure or someone who's more of a masculine authority. Again, when I say masculine, it doesn't mean it's a man, just someone who has more masculine energy, of someone who maybe just doesn't show up in the way that maybe you need or the way that they've promised. Might have caused you some heartache in the past, or and when I say heartache, I just mean like pain. Okay, this doesn't have to be someone that you necessarily are romantically involved in or with. However, I also am feeling like this is somehow related to career, job, money. If you've been worried about something to do with your work, it feels like you're going to get good news around that, or something's going to kind of come up that moves things along so you feel good about the direction that you're going. There could be where you thought something was done, and that there was no recovery from. You're going to get a second opportunity at that. But I do feel like whatever this is, though, it's putting you more in alignment with your destiny. Something that you're not able to, like, you can't put off. Let's see here. What's this Two of Pentacles? Oh, am I, Alan? Okay. Hopefully, make sure your partner watches this then. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, like I said, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, you're making a decision. You've made a choice. You're moving forward now. And this is followed by the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So something that you've been wanting to start. Again, feels like there's some things around money, or at least your sense of security, feeling safe, job, career, things of that nature that have been wanting to start new. But maybe you just didn't have the confidence to truly step forward in it or make this choice. It feels like you're finally going to leave behind the things that you know are not actually supporting you, and that you're going to finally move forward with. So it does feel like there's some good change here. And I feel like it's been a struggle to see some of the positivity lately, but I do believe the end of October is going to help you see that. And it looks good. I like it. I like it for you, water signs. So let me know if you're a water sign in the live chat right now, or if you're watching this later. Just drop a note in the comments if this resonated with you. I always read your comments, guys, so I always appreciate it. Thank you. And of course, like the video if you're just popping in right now. Doing this a little earlier in the day. And again, if you're just popping in, my 2026 astrology and intuitive reading is now available to book. I'll leave it open for a limited amount of time. So take a look at your forecast for 2026, what's coming up for you personally, what are your challenges, how to kind of look at how to navigate next year to your strength. Okay. So you're not kind of second guessing yourself. Actually, let's shuffle this. All right. So Stacy, hello. Hey, Move with Kathy, Dreamweaver. What's going in? How's Alaska? You're welcome, Melanie. All right, so let's move on to air signs. You guys are next, right? Air signs are next. So I think that was a bit of a long reading, but all right. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's find out what's in store for you. And actually, now that I'm saying that, one second, let me just change something here. Okay, no, we're good. All right. All right, so we're going to look at see what's happening last half of October. Of course, we also have the full moon in Libra, happening, I think, at 28 degrees of Libra. And it will be squaring Jupiter, opposing Chiron. So that's always fun. But Venus, the ruler of Libra, is in Libra. So that's kind of nice. So a lot of stuff with relationships will be coming up with that new moon. It's going to probably challenge your growth, probably going to hit some sort of overcoming like ancestral wounds, trauma, things of that nature, to help your relationships expand and grow. And some kind of wounding that you're carrying too. Like it's opposing like just the way, like maybe not knowing yourself fully or something that you're missing about yourself. So, all right. Let's see here. What is the main theme and what is the potential challenge for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What is the main theme for air signs reading and what is the potential challenge? Ah, would you look at that? Okay. What is the potential challenge? Actually, don't really get that card very often. Okay. All right. It's like the cards were listening to what I was just saying to you guys. So let me just actually, I'm going to put this right there. The main theme of your reading is lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Okay. So let's go into the book here since we almost never get this card. Past lessons, being well informed, and ancestral wisdom. There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times, and what you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon. This is so you have a better understanding of the potentials and possible pitfalls on your journey. When you know the lay of the land, you are better able to fully experience what is being offered to you. So it's a wonderful time to seek a mentor or good advice from an expert or elder. That way you'll be able to meet life's opportunities and challenges well informed. So air signs, this is definitely a time where you want to work with someone potentially or lean into someone that you know who has the ability to help you navigate new land in front of you, a new pathway, because you are kind of exploring new terrain or you're meant to. Now, the challenge for you is the many masks, okay? The authentic self. So perhaps you have been doing something that doesn't feel as authentic to you, and you're wanting to kind of break free of that. You're wanting to move towards something that feels more authentically aligned with who you are so you don't have to wear this mask. And again, it could be several masks. But, you know, whatever you're needing to lean more into, again, authenticity is very powerful for movement in your life. The more you're able to lean into your own authentic nature, the more quickly the universe will respond to you in kind with the change that you're asking for and want. Now, lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Again, this is perhaps about maybe not DIYing it, okay? Like not doing it all by yourself. This is where you can actually gain a lot of momentum and prevent yourself from having to do things over and over or meet unnecessary pitfalls. So something to kind of think about there. So let's kind of go into the past and find out what it is that my air signs need to know, what we need to know about their past. All right, we have the Page of Cups coming in. What else do we need to know about the past? We have the King of Cups. Lots of love for my air signs. Oh, and then the Knight of Cups in reverse. Well, kind of hard to avoid relationships here, just as I even talked about the Libra new moon. Okay, coming into the present moment energies, we have the Hierophant coming in. Woo! The Ace of Cups. What is going on here, air signs? The Strength card in reverse. Okay, and coming into the near future. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Oh, shoot. I'm just going to take that. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Overall energy. Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse. You are navigating new territory. I'm wondering if for some of you, some of you, this is definitely going to be about someone important in your life, not necessarily a lover, but perhaps, possibly so, a partner of some sort. But just keep in mind when I talk about relationships, I'm not just specifically talking about romantic ones, okay? You're wanting new beginnings. There's a need for safety, security, more stability in your life, perhaps in a new way. For some of you, this could be a change of how you're going to be making money, whether it's related to work or not. But it's just like this, I'm really being called more to the sense of safety, security, and stability with this card. And I think that you've been in a place, air signs, where there's been a lot of pain, okay? A lot of mental endurance of whether it's been fights, or maybe it's just been conversations that go in circles and you don't get anywhere, or just mental stress in general, but of a very long nature, okay? So this is like trying to put that behind you. Now, again, you are looking at starting to walk a new path here. You've got 3 new cards here in the main spread. You've got the Ace of Pentacles as your overall energy, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So there is definitely something speaking here to those of you who it's time to really kind of step forward onto something. When I say something, I mean some kind of path that is certainly going to feel a little foreign to you. Now, in the past, Page of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, the Page of Cups can also speak to your dreams, okay, coming true, or following a dream of yours. This doesn't have to just be about new romance or new love or things of that nature, like something opening up here, although it could. And then we have but whatever it is, it's like there's a portal to the dream world kind of. And when I say the dream world, I don't literally mean the dream world, although it could, but it's just more about like the things that you really want for yourself, you desire. And with the King of Cups, this is this is the biggest cup card in the deck. So This is kind of bringing in like a lot of emotional maturity. Now, this could involve someone that you deeply care about. There could be an intermingling of the two, or it just could be this is about someone you deeply care about and trying to have moved things forward. But with the Knight of Cups here in reverse, it just feels like things kind of got paused, or they didn't get to move forward, or for some of you, there could have even been some kind of rejection. Again, I don't feel like this is just about someone. This could just be about a very important dream of yours coming to fruition and following that and following it with the kind of level of commitment of like, okay, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm going to do what I need to do to make this like everything that I want it to be. Now, coming into the current energies, we have the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, and the Strength card in reverse. So I am seeing commitment, okay, coming in here in the last half of October. The Hierophant definitely brings in a sense of commitment, some sense of traditionalism, a higher path. This might mean a higher path of your own learning, wisdom coming forward. Again, I will say the Hierophant is a mentor. So again, for those of you who've been looking to work with a mentor, or a coach or someone who's going to help you in whatever way this is kind of coming up for, I really feel like you're going to make that move in this last half of October. And it's really to open up this new door. For some of you, this is about your intuition too. Remember, the Cups is a very, very intuitive card. So if intuition has been part of this and really helping you expand your own intuition at a much deeper level, more of a masterful level, I really see that that's going to be coming forward. For others of you, this just could be, again, finally like stepping on the initiative steps of your path that are of this dream or of this new relationship or a relationship that's taking to a deeper level. The Strength card here in reverse, though, you're gonna question your own ability to walk this path, but you do have what it takes to do that. When the Strength card comes here in reverse, it's just saying you're really gonna be questioning yourself, but there's really no need to, because you do have what you need to. Especially, I will say very strongly, air signs, you're definitely meant to be having someone kind of support you in this in some way. Now, coming into the near future, we have the Four of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then the Eight of Cups. So with the Four of Swords here in reverse, it does feel like there's going to be a moment here in time where there's going to be some sort of possibly like restlessness with the Four of Swords here, where you're going to feel a little antsy. And with the Eight of Wands here in reverse, it could be that something's not going to be very clear. There might be some confusion here, or something just comes to a full stop. Okay. Sometimes the Eight of Wands, when it's in reverse, is a full like red light. Okay. Like do not pass go kind of energy. And it might be coming up because you're meant to go in a different way. You're meant to leave something behind. Maybe you thought you could bring something with you. Maybe thought you could bring someone with you. Whatever it might be, it's like, you know what? I can't hang on to this any longer. Whatever that might be. Again, it could be as simple as a food addiction. Okay. Like I don't want to try and like blow this out of proportion for all of you. It doesn't have to be so big. For some of you, it might be that big, but you know, something here that you've been maybe wrestling with. For some of you, maybe you've been meditating on it for a while too. And you're finally like, you know what? There's no way of moving forward with this anymore. It's time to like go in a different direction or leave it behind. So let's just go into the cards here, and let me just have some water first. Okay. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Let's find out for my air signs why this is here. Okay, there you are. King of Swords in reverse. Again, it feels like, I don't know, you're not feeling as clear-headed maybe as you would like to. And then we have the Judgment card in reverse. So it feels to me, air signs, like you're feeling a little bit off your path in some way, that you're maybe not feeling as aligned as you would like to. Perhaps you're missing strategy. Perhaps you're missing execution, or how to like exactly execute something. Again, it would be this brand new beginnings, something that again would bring you more security, more safety, more stability. And also understanding that you are leaving something behind that has caused you a lot of stress and a lot of worry. And for some of you, maybe even a lot of tears and pain. Okay. What is this Page of Cups in the past? We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So, whatever this like thing is in the past here, where it was like, ooh, this dream, or this person, or this relationship, this offer, this opening, this opportunity, right? Pages definitely bring news, opportunities, things of that nature. It felt like if there was like some kind of burden, like it was getting lifted, or if there were obstacles, they were getting removed. But I also, with the Page of Pentacles here in reverse, though, I don't feel like it was approached with the level of due diligence that it needed. So a little lazy, a little careless in putting in the right efforts, doing things the right way, especially from the beginning. What's this King of Cups? Okay, we have the Empress in reverse. Wow, and then here's the Ace of Cups in reverse. So there is someone here that you perhaps deeply care about, air signs. Someone who means a lot to you, especially with the Empress here. A lot of times, like the Empress can represent like someone's person. Could also be like, however, there's a sense of distance around this energy. It feels like far away, or it feels out of reach. I'm wondering if I'm getting like there's an imbalance in the energies of someone likes someone more or loves someone more than the other, or at least the effort is being put in imbalanced. Because with the Ace of Cups here, it feels like someone's kind of literally like emptying their cup to try to connect. Maybe it's about building more connection. For others of you, if this is about your own intuition, okay, like if this is about you mastering more of your psychic abilities, things of that nature, what I'm seeing here is that it feels like you're putting a lot of effort in, but you're also like doubting yourself. You're doubting yourself, and it's diminishing the returns on what you're receiving, in a sense that it feels like, that whole like, oh, I just really want to hear my guides, and you try to hear so hard, and then almost like makes it impossible to hear. Like that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting, in a sense of like the more effort is exerted, the harder it is to connect. Because I am sensing some kind of distance in this connection, whatever it is, whether it's to the divine, a person, your dreams. What is this? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have the Star card in reverse. So there may have been a need here for some healing. You have the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, like the Knight of Cups. Look, the Knight of Cups in reverse. It feels like something really kind of slowed down here, or you know what I am getting? I am getting someone needs to reveal something, whether it's their own heart, their own feelings, something they're maybe kept keeping. When I say a secret, I don't mean like a malicious secret. Like it's like really, because it's hard to be vulnerable, to share. which I'm going to say the 19th, 20th, 21st, somewhere around there is a really good time to be like, because it may just come out on its own to reveal something here. But again, the challenge here is being your authentic self. What are you hiding about yourself that maybe needs some healing here, that's keeping you from being like more in alignment with your destiny? I do see though that whatever here with the Four of Cups, like you're just not content, right? But you're also like ready to do something about it. So no more waiting. So like, I don't know if you were waiting for something to happen and it didn't, and you're like, you know what? Let's look at this energy that's coming into this current, because you got the Hierophant here, which is certainly, again, it could be a mentor. It could be, okay. We have the Hangman in reverse, and then the Knight of Wands in reverse. So Knight of Wands in reverse is my in and out kind of energy, right? I'm here when I want to be. I'm not when I don't want to be. So it's the very convenient energy of dipping your toe in and then taking it right out, like never fully committing. So for some of you, there might be a new perspective around finally being able to commit to someone, something. For others of you, this also could be that you're so hesitant, like you're dipping your toe into something, and working with a mentor is going to really help you see things from a brand new perspective that you're not able to see right now on your own. Because the Hangman here is like, it's also about getting you out of a stuck place, right? Getting you out of a place where you feel like you're not moving forward. You're just kind of hanging out in the ether, so to speak. Because I am seeing like that kind of started to result up here. So what is this Ace of Cups now coming upright in the heart of your spread, no less? Ooh. Okay, we have the Six of Cups. And we have the Temperance card. All right, so balance will definitely be coming in, healing, some sort of change, or, the mixing of two energies that feel like they're far apart or not the same are going to come in, and they're going to marry somewhat here. It could involve, with the Six of Cups here, this could be about children. All right. It could also be about a soulmate, someone who is very important to you, someone that would almost feel like a past life, someone in that nature. And again, when I say soulmate, it doesn't have to be romantic. This also could be about a new gift, a new intuitive gift coming online that's really opening up your abilities to connect to the past, the Akashic. And there's some sort of transformation, alchemy going on, because Temperance is very alchemizing. Again, though, this would have been, Temperance means patience, right? So this would have been something that you've been needing to wait for, but it feels like it's finally arriving here for you, air signs. What is this Strength card? Or to be patient as you work through it, because you're just in the beginning phases. Okay, the Strength card in reverse is clarified by the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the Sun in reverse. There's confusion here. There's also, I'm going to say this, air signs, this is really applying to perhaps some of you who have a tendency to overindulge in things not working out, okay? Like what's going to go wrong, not really completing something. And for whatever reason, that's coming up here. So I see movement, but then I'm wondering if it's a little self-sabotagey energy here. Again, I think that would come from the fear of actually stepping forward more authentically, which again is in your challenge position. The sun in reverse too can just be like, a little bit of a Debbie Downer energy where like you just start to see like get a little too doom and gloom about things, where instead of like seeing the hope and the optimism, you're choosing to see all the things that could go wrong. And again, I'm getting that there's a sense of or tendency, I should say, to maybe overindulge in that energy a little bit too much, which will definitely minimize your sense of personal strength in all of this. But Four of Swords in reverse. We have the Emperor coming in. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so either, after retreating for a little bit of time or after feeling a little antsy about something, you're going to be like, you know what? Done with this. And it looks like you're going to be really focusing on the positive. I think you're going to have a moment where you're going to really question everything. Hence why it's always good to have someone like a mentor there to like talk you off the ledge. It feels like you're going to need to talk. It looks like good things are coming, and then you kind of go into a doom and gloom place, right? And it's like needing to talk yourself off that ledge, which, I definitely see sometimes with some of my clients, where they'll misread something as like something maybe feels like it's going wrong. And then like, you can easily spiral, and it's like, no, hold on a second. That's not what's going on here. And that's why it's always good to have someone who can see things from a different perspective, because oftentimes our programming has us always looking at things from the same angle, right? So it does feel though, like you're going to be able to finally get out of that antsy place, and you're going to get like with the Emperor here, the Emperor is like very masculine, very directed, in charge, and ready to take command. With the Nine of Pentacles here too, this is about your personal success. This is how you feel good being independent. And also the mood is very different here in this part. So it does look like you're now much more positively focused in nature. So this Eight of Wands is like putting a stop to something, like it's a halt. It's like let's see what this is. It's almost like a ghosting energy, and you're ghosting confusion. Okay, so Seven of Cups energy. So it's almost like if you've been struggling with like options or like which way or what do I do, it's like you're like, no, I'm not. You're choosing. You're definitely choosing here, air signs. What else do we need to know about this Eight of Wands in reverse? Yeah, you are ready to let go. You're releasing, if some of you are in a control position, where it's like you're trying to control something, you realize, I just got to let this go. I'm holding on too tightly. You are letting go of something here where you're like, you know what, this is just, it's been too confusing. It's creating too many, like it's giving me, like sometimes when we have too many options, right? Like we just never get to move forward. And so it's kind of like putting an end to that. And so with this Eight of Cups, this is you finally leaving behind something that's no longer for you in order to choose something that is for you, right? So you're following your intuition, you're leaning towards your heart. And again, the Strength card in reverse. So this is telling me that the thing that you started like to doubt, that you like started to like, the thing that was probably like really good for you, like you're finally like, I don't know, you're finally like moving forward on something where you didn't think you had the strength to do it. What else do we need to know about this Eight of Cups? Yeah. Five of Wands. You're leaving behind chaos. You're leaving behind where you go in and like struggle with something, or you struggle like it really feels like you're getting very clear and you're making a very hard line choice here, air signs. And I think someone's going to help you reach that point. So very important to lean on people around you right now, or if you're working with someone or need to work with someone, that's definitely something that's coming up here for you, and I would definitely suggest it. I think it's in order for you to see a different perspective that you're not able to see and help you navigate something where you could like perhaps say no to the thing you really should say yes to. And your intuition is probably leaning you into saying yes, but then all of a sudden, like there's this doubt, right? You start like creating all these worst case scenarios in your head. So, yeah, you're being asked to move towards something that is really speaking to your heart or more of your own psychic abilities. Maybe it's a relationship going up to a new level. Maybe that scares you or it scares someone around you. I don't know. But that's what's coming through for my air signs. All right, so let me know, air signs, if that resonated with anyone in the live chat. All right. We're going to move on to fire signs. All right. So fire signs, you guys are next. Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I will do my best, Dennis. You're welcome, Alan. Good to hear that. MJ. All right, cool. Your rising sign, MJ, is usually like covers everything. And your sun sign, which I think you're calling your birth sign, is usually can speak to more of your career and purpose. But you know, it can also like, I feel like the sun sign is who we're moving into. So it really just depends. Hi, Bonnie. Good to see you. All right, fire signs. Again, for anyone who's just arriving, you can now book your 2026 Astro Intuitive reading with me. Link is in the description below. Let's do one more. All right. All right, fire signs. Let's find out what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. Okay. All right. What is the main theme and what is the potential challenge? Whoops. Hey, Michelle. Okay. And what is the main challenge? Oh, yes. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian friends, by the way. It is Thanksgiving for them today. Okay. So the main theme of your reading, fire signs, is in the hand. The universe is your partner. Okay, so and I love your challenge. So this is about feeling secure, being taken care of, and the universe actually being your partner in your co-creations, right? So something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage it? Perhaps you might have seen things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter the source of your understanding. What matters is what works for you. So right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? Can you then turn over your needs and desires to the divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? You're in good hands with your work, your family, relationships, home, everything. You've done all you can. So now this time, so this is about like kind of giving it up to God, right? Like giving up control, trusting that you're being taken care of right now. Now, the challenge that you're facing is in Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Already batting 1,000. Okay. Okay, Michelle, I'm looking forward to connecting with you in a reading then. Okay, so let's go to, let's see here. If you look through the eye of the needle, and this is about clarity and positive outcomes, okay, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goals needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment, the willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection into its pure essence. Now, the eye of the needle looks tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, can sew things together to make anything meaningful and new. So really, I would say it's really important here, fire signs, to be very aware of what your intentions are and to really start removing things that are either in excess, not necessary, getting in the way, distracting you in some way, so that you can fully trust in, really trust things happening for you. So let's see what's kind of coming up with the cards here. I'm just going to have one more. And then we'll see where this is going. Okay, so the first card is the Empress coming out in your past, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot card. Okay, coming into the current energies for my fire signs. The Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. I'm going to right away, fire signs, there's something you're holding on to that you need to let go of. And at the same time, I want to say there's a lot of security that you can build within yourself. Okay, then we have the Emperor in reverse. Well, we have the Empress and the Emperor in your main spread. Yeah, there's something about trying to control something, trying to like force, like it's like trying to force a square peg into a round hole. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords. The Five of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords. Oof. Fire signs. All right. Overall energy. Queen of Cups. Star in reverse. Okay. You're kind of going through something, fire signs, and to be fair, I think a lot of us are going through this. It's the nature of the beast of what we're kind of up against energetically. Where for some of you, this is about your heart. This is about maybe someone you love. This might be about also just your own connection to the divine through the Queen of Cups energy, and also listening to it to guide you to your path, to guide you to your destiny, and really not knowing where that is right now. In the past, you have the Empress, the Ace of Cups, and the Chariot. Let me just... Okay. So it does feel here like there was a big sense of expansion going on. Felt like things were growing, things were building. You may have been even also very connected to your own feminine energy of trusting things. The Ace of Cups here in reverse, it's like there's new beginnings here, maybe here in love, dreams, coming true, hopes, desires, things of that nature, an opportunity to begin something. But it also, like, it's kind of... it wasn't fully like moving forward. Like it didn't have a lot of momentum yet, but it was there, but it wasn't exactly like, I don't know if the offer was ready. But then we have the Chariot, but I feel like you were really wanting to move forward with that. The Chariot definitely is bringing some kind of movement. I don't know if you hesitated this offer or this opportunity, but you still move forward anyway. I wonder if there's something you need to refine, fire signs, in how you're moving forward now. Like maybe you've already begun to move forward, and now it's about refining that and realizing, some of this stuff can't go with you. It's not to be included. It holds you back. I don't know, because in the current energies, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. Oh, sorry, the Four of Cups. I thought that was the Four of Stars. The Four of Cups and the Emperor in reverse. With the Queen of Pentacles in here, for some of you, this might be about your own security of being financially resourceful, independent, successful. The Queen of Pentacles is always someone who has a little bit of a certain status to her that people, and again, I'm using her because it's the queen, but it doesn't have to be just a female, okay? Status to her that people respect and look up to. It's weird because I'm almost getting that you're questioning this about yourself. Water signs. With the Four of Cups here, there's like a sense of discontentment, like you're feeling a little complacent, perhaps not seizing opportunities when you should, or like It's interesting because the Emperor here in reverse makes me wonder if there's either someone around you that's trying to control something, or you're like trying to control the situation. Maybe it feels a little out of control in your own hands. Again, this could be someone around you. But again, given the cards here, trust that everything's moving as it's supposed to. The way to, again, the word refine keeps coming in for you, fire signs. So it feels like, especially with this eye of the needle, like you really need to figure out what is not worth keeping or holding on to right now. What is hindering you? What is weighing you down? What is slowing you down? What is just making it really hard to take with you, right? Like that's why when the Fool starts off on the journey and it's the first card, it's just got a little backpack on its like wood stick, right? You know, it's just a few little things and that off you go. Like everything else is left behind you because you're going on a new adventure and you don't know what lies ahead of you. It's better to carry lighter right now. I am getting the sense, though, that some of you do have someone around you that's a little too controlling, trying to force something. Going into your near future, we have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. I think at the end of the day, you're going to feel stuck in some way, okay? And I think you're trying to move forward, and you're going to feel a little stuck. And with the Five of Pentacles here too, you're also going to feel a little alone. However, what this is doing is forcing you to choose what is willing to, like, what you can actually bring with you and what you can't. What's actually serving you and what is not. So you're going to come to this kind of fork in the roads where like you're like, I have to make a decision. Because it's impossible to move forward like this. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I would say over the next couple of weeks, fire signs, it's really important to look at what is causing you the most discontent. Like where are you feeling like complacent, or what doesn't inspire you to move forward? Because that's what's in the heart of your spread. Let's kind of go into the clarifiers here and get a deeper read. So what is this Queen of Cups? Okay, so we have the Judgment card and the World card. So again, I would say for some of you, this might involve traveling. This might involve a major achievement or completion of something. And with the Judgment card here too, it's either involving a very big decision that's spiritual in nature to some degree, or this is really about you getting on your path, okay? Like really saying, all right, you know, like there is something's calling to me, you know, like really maybe even awakening something that has been asleep inside of you to come to life. Again, I don't know if this involves someone you care about or if this is like you. It's interesting. It's about you falling in love with your own destiny in some cases for some of you. So let's see what this Empress is. What is the Empress? All right, we have the King of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. So yeah, so like with the Empress, like I said before, there's like growth, expansion. This might be again around maybe someone you care about, or this is about you being more of a leader in the more intuitive space, okay, industry. But it's also like with the Seven of Wands, it's like you can't resist something here. And it's also like, it's also about not understanding fully like what it is that you're trying to bring in. Like, it's like you're expanding, you're growing, but you're also not quite sure exactly how everything's going to come towards you. Which isn't exactly a bad place to be, I'll say. Ace of Cups. What's this Ace of Cups? Okay, we have the Hierophant and the Seven of Cups. So like I said, like there's this new opportunity or beginning, possibly in love, possibly in a new dream, possibly just in like intuitive openings, okay, abilities. And with the Hierophant here and the Seven of Cups, it's like for some of you, this may have been like helping you open up something that felt like kind of closed, but also it could have been very confusing in nature, in a sense like, oh my God, there's so much, you know, like, what is it? What is it? The Seven of Cups brings confusion sometimes because there's so much opportunity or options in front of you. With the Hierophant too, this could have also been about you maybe stepping into more of a leadership role, maybe making a commitment of some sort, choosing to be a teacher or anything of that nature. But it is asking for commitment of some sort. What is the Chariot? Okay, well, we have the Two of Cups. Some of you, this is definitely about a relationship. The Ten of Swords. So it's like moving forward, maybe with someone else, okay? Or if this doesn't involve someone else, understand that this is an agreement, a contract. The Two of Cups is about the union of two things sometimes, like you and another thing. Maybe this is about your own, you know, relationship with the divine. But whatever this relationship is, okay, whether it is with an actual other person or something else, it feels like it's been difficult for a long period of time. So you're, again, it's like you're moving forward, but also it feels heavy. Like it feels heavy for some reason. And it's been heavy for like whatever you're dealing with, that's this heaviness has been around for a long time. I don't know if there's a long-standing fear that's getting in the way here. What is the Queen of Pentacles? Okay, we have the Hermit and the King of Wands coming in. It does feel like fire signs that you're wanting to level up in some way. In an interesting way, it's like it feels like you have to step out, but you're also like, for some reason, stepping inward with the Hermit here. And I don't know why. Why are you going inward? For some of you, this might be about for whatever reason this is coming through, feeling like what you desire the most is buried. Like there's a struggle to bring that to the surface. Oh, Stacey. Oh, am I? Oh, now I see it. Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse on the Four of Cups. And the High Priestess. So the Queen of Cups is over here. The reveal. Okay. Look, there is something that is like deeply, either this is about With this Queen of Cups, this is about love. This is about connection of heart. This is about your connection to the divine, your own intuitive connection. Something of this nature is like you're not happy with it being buried. And it's like wanting it to come forward. And I think there's something where you're like, I can't suppress this anymore. This needs to come forward. I need to allow this to breathe, to live. And this is going to get very much brought to the surface this month, okay? Where you're going to finally like it's you're going to feel it heavily in a good way. What's this Emperor in reverse? Okay, we have the 8 of Coins in reverse and the Moon. So the Emperor, again, if this is someone who's like trying to control things from, or you're trying to control things, it feels like somehow it's involved with, you know, how do I say this? Because these energies are interesting with the Moon here. The Moon is absolutely about your intuition. It's about what you cannot see. It's about the unseen realms, right? The unknown. It's also about the shadows. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse. It feels like there's some sort of force outside of you that you're kind of getting tired of, that feels like it's pushing on you or trying to control you with the Emperor. Again, this could be something that you're also like maybe even just projecting, like, you know, onto someone to create that feeling for you. But it's like you're tired of working the way you've been working. It's not inspiring you in the way that you want to be inspired. But for some of you too, this is about like you have been procrastinating on your own intuitive abilities to move you forward, to actually be the leader in what it is that you want to do, and maybe even for some of you, how you want to work. Let's see this 8 of Swords. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. The 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so for some, this is about like really, you know, there's been a denial of a soul contract, a denial of like a soul desire, and realizing that, you know, like you have actually made yourself stuck where like you're not allowing for this to come through. So it's almost like you've purposely, because the 8 of Swords, it's like it's an overthinking card, right? It's like you believe that you can't move forward, you believe that you're stuck, but really it's like the swords are just your own beliefs, right? You can get through, like they're not really holding you back. It's just you believe you're stuck, so you are stuck, right? And it feels like it's tied to a really like it's an important soul contract that's either been delayed or forgotten about, or denied in some way. And it could be involving like with a soulmate, or it could just be involved with some sort of like past life contract of some sort. For some of you, this could be kids. What's this 5 of Pentacles? Well, there's that Empress again. Now she's in reverse. So again, the 5 of Pentacles is just really realizing like that you're alone, right? And I don't think you want to feel this way. None of us want to feel alone. But we have the Empress card in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like, for me, the Empress can sometimes be your person, but it also can just be like your deepest want, your deepest desire, the thing that like you feel so magnetized towards. It's like you have this connection to it and you can't deny it anymore. And whatever it is that calls out to you, you know? And it's like, it feels like it's been too much on the back burner. And now it's time to make a decision. And I see you coming to that crossroads, fire signs, because now we have this Two of Swords where you are going to be like, wow, I'm either going to stay alone or feel left out from the thing I really want to be involved in. Or I'm going to make a freaking decision, Justice card, and I'm going to go and get what's mine, right? The Justice card is about like, yes, it's about fairness and things and being in balance, right? But it's also very important about balancing the scales of justice, justice for your own life, justice for your own soul contracts, doing what is right. Let me just see again, the Justice card's very much a decision card. So you are going to be, and with the Page of Swords, there's going to be some kind of news that you're going to be breaking. I don't know, like you're announcing and it's because you're curious about, like, you've been researching something, you've been looking at something, you know, like kind of like scoping it out from behind the scenes. But now it's like time to make a move. And I think you're going to make your move here, fire signs. It's time to really, whatever is like calling you, your destiny, like that's been really kind of coming up for you lately. Again, whether it's an actual person or just something that it's your calling, it's what you're connected to. It's something that, you know, you've got to move on. I do believe you're going to need to move on. What is so important is to really remember your intention. Okay, what is getting in the way of it? What is not allowing you to thread through the needle to the other side where all the opportunities? There's shit you just can't take with you, right? And there's things you're going to have to let go of. And so you're going to start to realize, all right, I have to start letting go of this stuff, right? And you may not have to let all of it go all at once, but you're going to be in that place. So fire signs, that's my reading for you. Let me know if that was helpful in any way. The weather is changing here. I think some of my friends in the mountains have gotten snow and I can just feel it. Cancel. I can feel myself like maybe coming under the weather soon. And that's the other thing too. I don't know I can't tell you how many of my clients are also like going through these crazy activations. In their sleep or trying to sleep and unable to sleep because so much work's being done on them. This is a pretty potent period. I know a lot is kind of going on. Okay, so I'm picking up something right now before we jump into earth signs. I'm picking up something, I'm getting something about like collectively how the beginning of next year is going to be really, really big. Like the first 3 months or so, there is going to be some massive change that we're going to need like more strength or more of us, like more of us online. So it's like the sleeping parts need to be awakened. Like the real parts of you, need to be awakened to handle what's coming. But I don't want to say it's not just about being able to handle something. It's also about steering something in the right direction. I'm wondering if we're coming up to a timeline split of some sort early next year. It really feels like that Neptune Saturn conjunction at 0 degrees Aries feels very, I don't know if ominous is the word I want to use, but in a way it is. It's going to be catalytic for sure. It's going to call upon leaders. So there's something about needing to, and I think that's why I'm getting this, like calling more of us online, like more of each one of us, like parts of us more online, more activated, to be able to lead from a stronger position. Okay, let's see. All right, so earth signs. Let's move on to earth signs here. Okay. Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oops. Okay. You're welcome, Michelle. Oh, Dennis, glad to hear that. All right, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's find out what's in store for you for the last half of October. We're going to look at what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. Okay, what is the potential challenge? Okay. Same colors here, very earthy colors here for my earth signs. So the main theme of your reading is Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. You know I'm a big fan of this card, everyone. Okay, so let's kind of go into that one and then we'll go to the intricate complexity of life. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. The universal laws are not for your benefit. Only the law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix of consciousness, called Source or God's Spirit and many other names, is intricately woven into life. There is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts. It's impossible to see beyond what you already know, just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not the living biome below. The thread-like mycelium of fungi form vast, intricate networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet of the plant kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. This card reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms. So this is really about something that perhaps you've been really wanting to manifest, earth signs, but also understanding that what you're desiring also has a connection to many other things in the universe. So like it's not just about you, it is about how it's impacting others. And then of course with the challenge, it's dances on one foot, a balancing act. Resourcefulness, saying yes to life. Your challenge now to work with the resources available to you and not be seduced by the belief, if I only had more. Life has provided you with everything you need to accomplish your goals and fulfill your mission. When it feels like you are losing your balance, do not contract, holding your arms close to your chest, for you will fall. Instead, reach out and extend them fully, saying yes to Spirit's steadying hand. Also important to say with this card, you will never be fully prepared for all the challenges in life, but you can be ready to say yes to the invitation the universe offers you. So there is something here about being able to say yes. Let's see what the cards say, and we'll maybe get a deeper read on what's kind of coming up here. I do get the sense too, though, like especially with this galactic mushroom card, that there's so much activity going on in the unseen realms, right? There's so much activity going where we cannot see. And what we can see is such a small portion of what is actually available to us. So I don't know why, I want to emphasize that. Earth signs. All right, so we have the Six of Wands coming up. First time that card's come up in the readings. And then we have the Four of Cups coming up again. What else do we need to know about the past? We have the Tower coming in. Thankfully, it's in our past, Earth signs. So we've already experienced the Tower. Okay. What else do we need to know about the current energies now for my Earth signs? Okay, we have the Sun in reverse. Oh, the Queen of Cups in the heart of your spread. Sorry. Oh, geez. And then the Fool card coming up. Okay, coming into the near future for my Earth signs. Another first time. Earth signs, you're getting all the cards that no one else got in their readings. Okay, I'm really liking what's coming up in the future for Earth signs. Okay, we have the Magician. And then we have the big fat Nine of Cups coming in. This is definitely about some kind of manifestation here, Earth signs. What else do we need to know about the near future? And then we have the King of Cups in reverse. Overall energy... Nine of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Nine of Wands is in reverse, Six of Pentacles underneath it upright. Okay, so Earth signs, I am getting that you're struggling with something, like you're wanting to give up. Okay, with the Nine of Wands here in reverse, it's just feel like, you know, you're close, but also you're just like, do I even have anything left in the tank to give? You know, like you've been working so hard, you've been pushing yourself, you've been applying yourself, you've been doing all of the things, right? All of the things. And when this card is in reverse, it can sometimes feel like, I just don't know if I have anything left in the tank to keep going. And usually that's when you should keep pushing forward, because that means you're really close to your breakthrough. But of course, mentally it's exhausting, and we can sometimes get in our own way and want to just throw in the towel, right? But why is all this happening? Because of the Six of Pentacles. Maybe some things are just feeling a little out of balance. This will also be about you receiving. Or do you even feel like you're receiving what you deserve? And I think that's kind of like opening yourself up to being the receiver, allowing yourself to be bestowed the gifts of the manifestation that you've been working so hard for. Those kinds of things. Now, looking at your past, you have the Six of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Tower card. So, look, it looks like you were super successful, or you were feeling successful, you were feeling good, maybe even like acknowledged in some way, but then the Four of Cups is following right behind it. And that's saying, you know what though? But something's missing. something's missing. And I don't know exactly what that is, but with the Four of Cups here, it just usually signals to some kind of discontent, you know, like you're wanting something, but you can't see like the blessings that are maybe like over here, but like, cause you're just kind of like focused what's right here. And then we have the Tower, which tells me some shit unraveled. Okay. Like, so, things may have like suddenly shocked you. You may have shocked someone. It could have felt like things, again, I don't know why the word unraveling keeps coming up with this Tower card, but it does feel like things maybe feel like they were unraveling for you, or signs falling apart, crumbling down. Again, though, it's usually the Tower comes in because whatever structure is there is just not, it's not sound, it's not stable to build whatever it is that you're trying to build. Now, coming into the current energies, we have the Sun in reverse, the Queen of Cups, and the Fool card. So look, it feels like at first, you know, the second half of the month might feel a little dismal. It might feel like a little bit of an overcast day, to say the least. Sometimes when the Sun is here, we also are just lacking some clarity, right? Like it just doesn't, it's not like that yes card. Whereas like right now, you know, the balancing act is saying, can you still say yes when like right now, like your energy is just like, ugh, no, I'm done, right? Because right now in the heart of your spread, you have the Queen of Cups, which is very much love. It's heart-centered, and it's also about deep intuition. It's about connection. And because of all the cards that have kind of come up, it feels like this is about what your heart field is open to receiving. And with it being in the center, it's like I'm getting like, in order for you to, there is a new path ahead of you, right? And it's something's presenting this month for you with the Fool card right here. It's like something is opening up for you, a big brand new door to something completely new for you. Can you keep your heart field open enough, even though part of you is so exhausted and tired, you just kind of maybe want to shut down? It's like, keep it open, keep it open, keep it open, because in your future, good shit is happening. You've got the Magician card. Things are finally coming out of the unseen realms and they're entering into the physical. Okay, they're coming forward. You are utilizing everything that you need to, like you're, you know, whatever you're being called upon. Like, it's almost like I'm getting the sense like what you touch turns to gold. So it's almost like you're in this magical place, or signs, where like when you apply yourself and you do what you need to do, like shit just starts happening. Okay, starts manifesting. And with the Nine of Cups here, it's telling me you're getting what it is that you really want. You're whatever it is that you're desiring, you're finally getting what you want. And it's interesting with the King of Cups here in reverse. Okay, I am getting, because these two cards are like this. All right, as above, so below. It's like, by you being able to hold that field, like what is building in the unseen is finally coming through into the earth, right? So like this is kind of like that downward triangle, the earth kind of symbol, and which is you, earth signs, okay? But it's like what you are able to like build through the heart field, build out here that is in the unseen realms, and start attracting towards you. Keep your receptivity open. Don't shut down. Don't contract. Don't get small. Okay. Finally starts to earth itself in with this card. That's kind of what I'm getting when I read these cards. So let's kind of, let's go into the clarifiers and find out. Foxglove Fairy, hello, good to see you. All right, what do we need to know about this Nine of Wands in reverse as the overall energy? Okay, yeah, we have the Five of Wands. You're at war with yourself, I think, or you're at war, or it just feels like you're at war with like the universe, maybe. You're struggling because you're on the struggle bus here. earth signs, right? It's been difficult. It's been challenging. Could even feel a little chaotic or dramatic. 10 of Cups. You're like really focused on what it is that makes you eternally happy, right? What are your long-term happiness goals? What's going to fill your cup up to the brim from like the biggest places in your life? You're thinking about your family, your home, you're happily ever after, so to speak. And something is like you're struggling to kind of get there, right? You're at war with something, or at least it feels like that. Anything else we need to know about this 9 of Wands in reverse? No? Okay. We're going to go over to the 6 of Wands. What do we need to know about this 6 of Wands in the past? Because, yeah, I do see you feeling successful here, and it's clarified by that King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. Look, it's like there's this high level connection, okay, where like, again, for some of you, this might be the King of Cups can be speaking to your high level mastery of your own psychic skills, your own intuition, your connectedness to like just emotional availability and all of those kinds of things. And at the same time, there's a success, but you're also like in this place of newness, right? With the Page of Wands, there's something that you're learning that's new, and it feels like it's opening up a path for you. It's opening up a path because, again, the 2 of Wands is also a card of being at a fork in the road, right? It's like, it's this or that. I'm on a path and maybe I need to go on this path. Like, and so there's something that where great success kind of opened this up for you. But then we also have the 4 of Cups, which is a very different energy that somehow it's like, okay, this happens, but there's also still this discontentment or like, yeah. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. It's weird because it feels like you earth signs almost feel like you're iced out of something, like you're iced out of the new opportunity or the new beginning, like in some way, or it's like you're iced out from it, like starting when you want it to start, or I don't know. And you're just not, it feels like there's some kind of delay here that's really bothering you. So then we have this Tower. What's this Tower about? King of Wands in reverse and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So this could have involved like money. Okay. Maybe like, I don't know, for some of you, this might have been a job loss, or for some of you, maybe this has been like you needing to fire someone. I don't know. For others of you, this could have been about like really challenging your own authority of your own creative passions that you're exploring, and how, you know, is the 10 of Pentacles when it's in reverse can sometimes be like a lot of bills coming in, like over surmounting like bills that you've got to pay, and maybe they just came in suddenly out of the blue, like I don't know. But certainly throwing you off balance. And it's kind of, the King of Wands in reverse is someone who's like scrambling, losing their own power. But it could be someone else around you too. Let's kind of see where this is going with the Sun. It's also important, again, to emphasize that what we see on the surface is only a small portion of what's really happening behind the scenes, right? With that galactic mushroom card, it's really kind of like, just because what you see in front of you doesn't look like what you've been working on doesn't necessarily mean it's not about to arrive. What's this Sun? So we have the Queen of Wands here now. And there's the Tower in reverse. So this is speaking to this other past tower. So this, whatever happened here, it's still impacting you going into October, like the second half of October. It's still impacting you. It's kind of got you on tilt, so to speak, which is like a poker term that we use. So like, if you like lose a big hand or something, all of a sudden you just like start scrambling. You're like, oh, let me just go all in on this, or like just start betting like crazy, and so it's almost like whatever has happened has kind of got you on tilt, and in a way where you're just not like fully have the clarity that you need to feel confident in how you're moving forward. But I do feel like that's all going to shift. Like I feel like that's not going to be a permanent energy here for the rest of October. Like it's going to be fleeting. What's this Queen of Cups? So we have the Six of Swords in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. So this might be about someone who you're involved with, or a very important contract, relationship, maybe even family to some degree. It also could be about getting yourself out of a situation with with some kind of contract that you've outgrown. Like no longer wanting to be in this place that feels like you're just like on some kind of merry-go-round or hamster wheel, or just like running through the same problems or issues over and over again. And so like it's hard for you to be expansive when that's what you're feeling, but it's like, can you override that? And that's certainly something that I have been going through, so I can totally relate to this energy. Let's just see what the Fool card is, because there is a brand new chapter here starting for you, Earth signs. What is this Fool card? What is this Fool card? Okay, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. And the Five of Cups in reverse. There's definitely been something heavy in the air for you, Earth signs, and it feels like it's going to finally be put behind you as you move through the second half of October. This new door that's opening up is going to allow you to start focusing on the good things that are ahead of you, and finally put to bed the things that have been weighing on you. So things that have maybe not allowed you to feel light and fuzzy about, like, just happy-go-lucky. The Three of Cups is like, yes, it can be a celebration card, but it's just about having fun too with like your friends and things of that nature. And it feels like that heavier feeling is going to be put behind you so that things can lighten up. So, because here now, like you're manifesting, right? What's this Magician card? Yeah, okay. I was wondering if I felt like the devil was going to be coming up in your reading. As soon as I saw the Tower, I'm like, I feel the devil. And of course, here we have it. But luckily, it's in reverse. So we have the Five of Coins and the Devil in reverse. So you have likely been feeling in a place of lack, of restriction, of like shit just not manifesting for you, coming through. Again, it feels like there's some kind of delay or something that might be wigging you out a little here, Earth signs, but it just feels like finally that is going to be released. Okay, so there's this release of whatever has felt like it's been holding you back, holding you down, restricting you, making you feel like you're without. Okay, really building up maybe some of that lack consciousness with that Five of Coins there. Like, so any kind of like that energy is starting to finally get released as you start like building things in your field of the actual 3D. what's this 9 of Cups? There's the Magician card again. Like I said, like you're a manifesting machine coming out of October. And it's going to be revealed to you the thing that you really want. You got the Moon in reverse here. So like one of your big dreams, your wishes, like really something you wish strongly for is coming forward. It's going to be revealed to you, and it's going to be from like your manifestation. I would say keep your heart open and receiving despite what looks in your current reality. King of Cups in reverse. The 7 of Swords in reverse. So we have the Judgment. We have the Judgment in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this King of Cups in reverse feels like, again, it's like this felt like a mirror of like that. So as above, so below. As within, so without, like, but it does feel like there's something's going to get reconciled. Something's going to get reconciled through the spiritual realm for you. It's so bizarre because the way I'm reading these cards is not typically how I would normally read them. And at the same time, the energy's so strong, like it's all I can see. And so that's why like I'm reading it this way. It's like I'm seeing this mirror. I'm seeing like this, again, this above, as above, so below. So it's like what's behind us or what's invisible is finally going to be out in front. Like it's going to be visible and it's going to finally get reconciled. And I also feel like for some of you, if you felt like something was taken from you or anything, like it's going to be given back. So I don't know. That's what I'm getting for you, Earth sign. I'll say like the energy is really good. It's going to move into a very, very positive place for you. Just be wary that at the beginning, it feels like it's going to still be a little shaky for you. Like you may not see that optimism yet. But there's definitely something new opening up for you in this last half of October. A whole new journey is opening up here. New beginnings, new, not just chapter, like a whole new book of some sort. That allows you to put like something that's been weighing on you behind you and allows you to step forward on a lighter foot. So Earth signs, that's my reading for you. So hopefully that resonated. Again, if you're just joining, the 2026 Astro-Intuitive readings are now open and available to book for a limited time. So if you're wanting to get a high level perspective on what 2026 has in store for you, how to navigate those energies, you can definitely book a reading with me right now. This is the one I only do once a year for this time of year. So you can actually jump in. I've left the link in the description below. Those are the readings for you guys. I hope it's all good. Tomorrow's podcast, I'm hoping I can get it out to you. We recorded it last week and the audio was totally corrupted on my end, not on his end. And it's crazy because it's never happened to me before. In all the years of podcasting, never happened to me before. And I find out from him that this is the 4th time it's happened. So there's something about what he's trying to say and get out that somehow the energies are trying to prevent that. And there has been a lot of like that kind of energy coming through lately. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it. But anyways, I'm going to try and get it out to you guys tomorrow. If I can't get it out to you tomorrow, I will have it hopefully released by Wednesday. Okay? Because we're trying to re-record it. And I'm so sad because it was such a good interview. You guys are going to love this. You're going to be like at the edge of your seats on this one. So stay in touch for that. It might come out, if it comes out tomorrow, it might just be a little bit later. We'll see. I'm going to try my best to do what I can. All right. Let me see. Foxglove Fairy, Nicole, what kind of tarot are you using right now? So I am using, the white one is the Moonchild Tarot. Okay, this one. And then this one is, oh, what's his name? I always forget. Shoot, I can't remember. And then the Oracle is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. All right. So lots of love to you guys, and I will talk to you soon.